Telepon siapa, Matt?
Papa kan di sini.
Halo Papa.
Halo Mary. It's really good to be out of quarantine. We are enjoying the fresh air and the sunshine, although it's a bit cold here now. And we are staying with friends for the week before we check in into the Airbnb that we booked for the remainder of our stay in Sydney. The quarantine hadn't been so bad for us though. In fact, we actually quite enjoy it. And when we were about to start the quarantine, our biggest worries was about Mary. If she was either gonna be too distressed or if she might be too clingy and we couldn't do anything else with her being stuck with us 24 hours a day. But lucky neither of them actually happened.
Tambah sedikit.
Tambah
Tambah sedikit ya.
Wow.
Nyari makan nasi.
You really enjoy it, Mary? Wow. So yummy.
Enak dagingnya.
Enak Mary dagingnya? We were surprised that Mary ate so well during quarantine. In fact, she seemed to have more appetite than she usually was back home. As parents, whether your children eat well or not can often make or break your day, and Mary's newfound appetite was definitely one of the highlights of our quarantine stay. She was also getting better at using cutleries. Well, she had been very interested in using them to feed herself since many months ago, but we were not too keen as she would make lots of mess. Here though, we decided to let her have her way and practice her skill.
Ma, itu kan punya kidsnya. Tuh, kamu bisa aja kan?
She was also getting better at wearing her own socks and shoes. Once she mastered her new skill, she wanted to take it one step further and insisted on helping us wear ours too.
Gimana, Matt?
Ya kenapa Mary? Papa jangan rekam aja, Papa bantuin deh.
Thank you ya, Matt. Kayak dia nonton sesuatu dari TV padahal yang di TV apa?
Mary has always loved music. Here, the speaker became her new best friend and she often stand in front of it dancing and clapping her hands.
I can tell a story, make it scary. It was a wet and windy night in the Wild West. And wild animals were out.
We prefer to limit Mary's screen time and she very seldom watch TV back home. But here we can't help but have a bit of TV time during our downtime and let Mary enjoy watching her favorite characters. We also let her watch some educational program from her former school in Semarang.
Wow. Rino.
This is toy for Mary.
Terus ini apa, Mer?
We ordered this from Kmart.
Yeah.
As we couldn't bring too many toys from back home, we ordered some toys online for Mary. Yohana had been keeping an eye on Kmart website for a while and found that there are many good quality toys offered at much lower price than they are in Indonesia. The most important thing though is that these toys can keep Mary entertained and occupied for a long, long time.
Apa nih, Mary? You know what it is? No.
It's a tool for you to clean up, Mary.
Yes.
So you can keep this place clean for us.
Mau yang mana dibuka dulu? Salah satu. Ikuan. Mau yang ini? Yang ini?
She wanna sit there. Mary's too small for you.
Cukup nggak, Mer?
Oh, oh, oh. Still not giving up. This is Mary doing the thing that she loves the most, cleaning up. Go Mary, go Mary.
Aduh. Itu menyebarkan begitu, Mary. Aduh, copot. Lipstick tuh di mulut. Nah, bukan di hidung. Bukan. Mami makan. Mami lipstick Mer, mami lipstick mami.
Apa nggak usah. Mary also took interest in brushing her teeth. She had used finger toothbrush before, but as she had a few teeth coming out lately, we decided it's time for her to change to children toothbrush. She liked the toothpaste in particular and often ended up licking and eating it before brushing her teeth. She also practiced gargling, although a few times she ended up swallowing the water.
Belajar kumur gimana?
Kumur Mary.
Buang.
Bisa nggak?
Lagi.
Malah diminum ya?
Jadi kumur atau minum? Naik ke puncakku.
Baca. Ya iyalah.
Saya kena apanya Mary itu tadi.
Mer. Mami iyo.
Most importantly, we made sure to stay connected to our family back home through video calls
Turun, Mer.
and also enjoyed our time as a family as well. This was what made the quarantine bearable and even enjoyable for us.
Papinya siapa, Mer, namanya, Mer? Beluk, Mer. Beluk mana, beluk?
So Mary did seem to be thriving and had no problem at all with quarantine. One thing that bothered us though is that every night during the quarantine she had a hard time sleeping. For 3 to 4 hours after we went to bed, she often lay awake and sometimes cried. We thought it might be because she was jet lagged, or because she missed the people back home, or even because she was teething. But the first night we were out of quarantine, she fell to sleep so peacefully and easily, even easier than she used to back home. So we really think now that it did have something to do with the quarantine. Perhaps because of being in a confined space for so long, of not being to meet so many people other than the two of us, or because of the lack of fresh air. And basically the 4 months before we went to Australia, she had always stayed at home also. So she had lost contact with the outside world for a while.
Yes. Ayo, Mary. Wah. Halo, halo. Mau keluar enggak? Yuk, come.
The time has finally come for us to get out of quarantine. The porter helped us pick up our luggages and the checkout process was quick. Our friend has very kindly picked us up and allowed us to stay with them for the week. After quarantine, you do realize how precious it is to be able to go out freely and enjoy the fresh air. Mary in particular was very excited to be able to run around and get in touch with nature for the first time in 4 months. Things that were previously so ordinary has now become the true luxury. I'm no expert about children, and Mary is practically my only experience with children up to now. But I do think that this whole isolation thing must have impacted them as much as it impacts us. So I guess it's really important to support them and be there for them during this difficult time. Do you have a similar experience with children in quarantine? Please share your experience and opinion in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. See you for now.